Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
That's right. It's Friday night. It is time for the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series to get underway. Tonight we are at the mile-and-a-half D-shaped oval of Chicagoland Speedway. 21 trucks have taken the grid tonight, and the trucks are on the track already. We're to go green for 113 laps. Competition caution at lap 15, and Dustin Reinstedel is on the pole. Cold conditions tonight. I'm James J., joined by Walker McNulty.
Looks like
Walker,
they already went green.
We're already green. Dustin Reinstedel takes it off the pole. Sorry for the delay. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Walker. What are we going to see tonight at Chicagoland?
Oh, well, we're going to see some pretty good racing. It's one of the best intermediate tracks in the country. The best, in my humble opinion. But it's going to be a tire track. The bottom should be good because it's pretty cold. But as the night goes on and the tires wear out, the top should come in pretty good. But we'll see some guys slowly venturing up there, I'm sure. But as you can see right now, everybody's still mostly side by side except for the two out front. 2x2 coming out of turn number 2. One special thing about this track is that the back straight isn't actually straight. It's a constant left turn. So don't fall asleep while you're on the outside. You might have a problem there. We're still 3 wide behind these guys. They're still fighting for position. And everybody's still trying to figure out where they're going to end up being. Some guys on the apron, some guys staying up above the white line.
Into the wall. Usually that super high line might come in. Do you think it's going to take time for the high line to come in, Walker, or is it going to be fast right off the bat? What's your tire conserving strategy? I think we're looking at between 24 and 28 laps maybe on fuel. So competition caution at lap 13. We'll see how strategy plays out. There's lots to play for here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think tires, they're always key in the trucks, as we all know. But the tires here at Chicagoland go away quickly because you can go so fast right off the bat. You can run wide open for a couple of laps, and then you can venture up a little bit higher and keep the foot in it, or you can stay down on the bottom, give it a little lift, and get her turned around the corner. But it's always an interesting track whenever it does come to the tires. So we'll see what everybody does. The lanes here also are usually pretty fluid, so you should see some really good racing.
We are already seeing some really good racing. Looks like we've got a couple of blinkers out there. Colton Dowler in the orange truck seems to disappear and come back. That's got to be a little chaotic when you're in the rig racing against him, but I'm sure everybody's doing their best to leave space around him. They'll pay attention to that, but they're fanning out. 3 wide, lots of room here. It might narrow up as the race goes on. Somehow when it comes down to the points paying time, the track gets really narrow. Right now, everybody's playing nice, Walker. I like it.
Yeah, so far they're keeping it clean, giving plenty of space. It seems. We'll see how that changes throughout the race. But we can still see on the screen Travis Jones and Justin Thaler side by side. They're going to stay side by side for a while, I'm sure. This just shows you kind of it's pretty difficult to pass here because you can roll that high line to a pretty good amount of speed. And you can see now Travis is the one going to the top. He's got Sean Happick on his inside now, after Justin gets that move finished. So now let's see if Travis can do the same thing that Justin just did to him and hold the position on the top. You can see a few guys gravitating up to the top. John Asselin, one of them here. He's made his way up to 8th. He's running against the top. Looks down to the inside. He's not going to go for it, though, on Sean Happick. He's going to stay back in line. You can see a few of these guys moving up the racetrack, not quite up against the wall. It's a little too early to start playing with the cushion, but you're going to have people that prefer the top end, the bottom. It's kind of like racing at a Homestead, for example, where you can run both lines and be fast through the whole race.
Flat out? Are you flat out right from the beginning, or cut the lift as the tire wears?
Yeah, you're flat out first few laps, like qualifying. You should be able to go flat out if you get everything perfect. But I mean, I'm sure these guys went into the first lap lifting just to save the tires. You absolutely murder the right front if you go around full throttle for more than a couple of laps, or even just the first few laps while they're still cold. So these guys, I'm sure, just backing out of it, especially now they're getting out of the throttle, letting it roll into the middle of the corner, and then picking it up and driving it off. And you can see the 3-truck train here, almost 3 seconds ahead of 4th place, just single file. We've got Michael Samia kind of running the middle, or at least a lane up off the bottom. The 2 ahead of him, Jason Phillips and Dustin Reinstettel, getting all the way down there on the line. So we'll definitely see the different lines coming in throughout this race. Now they're all running the same line through 3 and 4. As we come up on the number 5 truck here of Brandon Cotton.
Interesting to see him a lap down already. May have had an incident. No pits, just taking it easy. He may have got off track a little bit. Look at Jason Phillips. I don't know if you recognize his paint. Got the Midwest Motorsports police car, police truck underway. It's pretty awesome. He does this in the Road Series too. And it actually looks like the red and the blue lights on the roof from a distance. Pretty awesome. Jason Phillips. Got the 911 on the back. Let's see if we can see what the view looks like. No, it's not close enough to tell. In the back of Dustin, but good on Jason Phillips to keep it interesting with the Midwest Motorsports top car.
Yeah, I think he pulls out the police cruiser whenever he knows he's going to a track he's going to be fast at. That seems to be a theme. Whenever he puts that scheme on, you better watch out. That seems to be what happens, at least in the times that I've seen him use it. You know what I mean? If he's using it, he's at the front.
Look out. That's right. Good point. I never put those two together, Walker, but I agree with you, especially on the roadside. I think he used it at Nürburgring, had a good finish there. Keep that in mind, but Dustin Reinstettel showing to be the class of the field so far as we are at the competition caution. Going to be just under 100 laps to go with 25 to 26 tank. You only have 3 sets of tires on the ground, so you can't take tires every stop if you go 25 laps all the way from here. That's assuming no cautions. We are all hoping for some green flag runs tonight.
Yeah,
we'll come in now, Walker, or are you going to stay out?
I mean, come in now, top it up on fuel, you know. But if you take tires now, you're kind of just more or less burning the set. I mean, they did have around 1 second of fall off there looking at the best lap versus last lap. Best lap time, the purple lap from Jason Phillips, 30.355 versus last lap from the leaders, 31.4, 31.4, 31.5. So actually the fastest lap on that last lap was Travis Jones with a 31.2. So maybe he saved his tires a little bit better than the rest of these guys. But they're definitely going to take these tires through for at least one more run on fuel. And Robert Sanders, you see him on the jacks. He's taking tires. He's throwing a little strategy at it. He put some tires on that thing. Also got Colton Dowler back there taking tires. That's going to knock Robert Sanders back to 9th. We'll see what he can do coming back through the field with those fresh boots. And Mark Cochran, you can always rely on our boy Mark to stay out in the competition caution. I don't know if it's a protest or what against competition cautions, but he's always the one guy that stays out. Which
bonus points for leading a lap.
Yeah, I tip my hat. He always tries to make something work. He's up. I mean, this puts him up 11 places. He's going to be in clean air. His tires are the same as everybody around him, so it's not like he's going to be hurting himself speed-wise. It's just, he's going to have to pit 15 laps before these guys will. But maybe that doesn't matter. Trying to do some mental math. It might matter. If it goes green to the end, it'll matter. But if we have a few more yellows, then I'm sure he'll get back on cycle.
He can do any fuel saving at all. Can you get an extra 13 laps out and just go with 4 stops? It goes green the whole way, 113 laps with 4 stops?
I mean, I think so. I think you can, especially here. You can really kind of save a lot of fuel on tracks like Chicagoland and still keep a decent speed. So maybe he can. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be helping him here in this caution period. Basically, for every 3 or 4 laps of caution, it's 1 lap of green. So, this is helping him a lot already just in the competition caution to be able to save enough for that. But we'll see. I mean, who knows? He is driving upside down right now, so maybe all the blood's got to his head, and who knows?
Right. Maybe he's had breakfast already. Everybody else is winding down from a long work week. Hope everybody had a good week, and nothing matters but the weekend. It's Friday, as they say, and we're going to get our weekend underway with the truck series tonight. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. 21 trucks. Brandon Cotton gets back on the lead lap, comes in, makes his stop.
Let's see who took tires. So Robert Sanders took tires. Sean Happick took tires. And Colton Dowler took tires. I don't see. And then let's see. Craig Nagate also took tires, and I think Robert Olavison and Ron Schamer may have sat a little bit for some repairs. It's really easy to damage these things whenever you're running against the fence. Drive off into the corner and going into 3, and you put your mark on those Brandt logos right there on the outside. Really easy to do. So definitely gonna have to keep an eye out on that.
Mark chooses the inside, gives Dustin the outside. Jason Phillips and Michael Samia, row 2. Justin Thaler, Travis Jones, row 3. We're going to go back green racing. No more cautions scheduled. Only natural cautions from here on out. And Mark Cochran takes us back to real racing. Puts the hammer down. Dustin Reinstedt, Jason Phillips on the inside. Side by side they go. Awesome racing. Fast trucks here. Looks like everybody's made it through.
Yep. I didn't see anybody fall down the timing tower. And it looks like Dustin is going to get clear of Jason Phillips. We've still got Michael Samia and Justin Thaler side by side here with Travis Jones right behind Michael Samia. He's kind of boxed in. Can't really go anywhere. He's just going to have to sit there and hope that Michael gets going somewhere. But Michael's got Phillips in front of him, and he's hoping that Phillips goes somewhere. He's sniffing his rear bumper. You better not tailgate him too much. You might get pulled over.
Really difficult. Yeah, that's right. Really difficult to even give a guy a push here with that backstretch being a constant D shape. It's hard. You're never really straight. You're always pushing somebody at an angle. I don't know if I want to give anybody a bump draft here. You just kind of have to lift or maybe drag the brake a little bit to keep from running into somebody and giving them an awkward push. I think that's where our caution is going to come if they do. What do you think, Walker? What do you do if you're behind a guy and tempted to give him a push?
I normally try to back out of it here just because you always have a little bit of wheel in it. Oh, there goes Justin Thaler doing some lawn mowing. I think he kept it all collected there. I saw that they were 3 wide on exit, and then he's the one that took the sharp turn. And we're still looking 3 wide here. But, yeah, bump drafting on the backstretch here at Chicagoland is a pretty scary thing to do. Yeah, he kept it straight. He didn't lose a ton of time, so he'll be able to get back into it, which is good. But
good on Josh to not throw the yellow. I want to see who we got a push from. Like Trevor McNulty, maybe?
what'd you just say?
Trevor McNulty. Trevor McLaughlin, you mix are all the same. Sorry about that, Walker. Trevor McLaughlin in the pink Vicious car? Or was it Robert Sanders?
It was just
almost on his own. Tried to
it
stay
was.
off Robert Sanders.
Oh, we do have a safety car now. Not sure for who, what, where, when, or why. Something happened. Who looks out of place? Michael Samia is down to 9th, so he might have been involved. He was running up front. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 3 wide again. Let's see what happened here. So Michael Samia here in the middle. Got Sean Happick on the inside and John Asselin on the outside. So looks like it's probably going to happen here on exit. What happens? Okay, so Michael Samia driving down. Oh, John Asselin gets loose on the outside coming out of the corner. Gets into Michael Samia's door, and then Sean Happick just a passenger. And, oh, that's pretty good avoidance there by, who's that, number 40, Michael Harris. Good avoidance from him, but Sean Happick does get it into the wall, so unfortunately for him, that's going to be a nice, beautiful, and wonderful fast repair. Seems like everybody's going to miss it. Oh, just a tiny nick there. But everybody more or less getting through. But yeah, big hit like that, definitely worth a caution. And I'm sure Justin Thaler's probably pretty happy to see the caution too. Help him get back, get these boys back piled up on top of each other. So let's see.
What is out? Timing's a little wonky now. For me,
So
anyway.
Mark Cochran stayed out again. So something tells me that we might get more than 25 laps on a fuel tank. Or his fuel gauge is broken. One of the two. Not really sure.
Yeah, why didn't he come in now?
Yeah, this would have been a good time to come, but hey, maybe he can see the future. He might be like one of those fortune tellers you see on the Las Vegas Strip, you know. He knows that there's a caution happening in 3 laps, so maybe that's what he's banking on. Not really sure, but hey.
Time will tell. We'll see what he knows.
Maybe he's just trying to get more sponsor time.
Well, it's working because he's up front. Clean air on the nose. Clean air is king. But he's definitely going to have to stop way before everybody else. Looks like 13th on back stopped a second time.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see if the little bit of extra fuel makes a difference. I mean, it'll end up in shorter stops under green by at least a little bit. You know, if they come in at the same time or whatever. A few people took tires. Some people took just fuel. Some people took a lot of repairs. Michael Samia sitting still for 57 seconds. It didn't look like he would have got that much damage, but I guess he did. Sean Happick as well didn't use his fast repair. Sat there for 40 seconds. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here, I guess. Got three different strategies. one man all alone on his strategy, Mark Cochran, and then the ones who pit under the competition caution on lap 15, and then the ones who just pit on lap 24 for this caution. We're doubling back up and get ready to go green again. Hopefully, we're green for a lot longer this time.
It looked like Demio's doing a good job of avoiding John Aslan, seeing that he was loose.
Yeah.
And Sean Happig was just kind of an innocent bystander there.
Yeah, it was just an unfortunate happening. They do get pretty loose coming off of 4 on the top, or off of 2, either one, because the wall comes in a lot quicker than you might think it is. Around here, especially whenever you have a guy on your inside, you kind of running the top. You don't always run the lip all the way around. Sometimes you kind of cut in a little bit for the exit. So easy to get loose there, but now we're going back green, and hopefully we don't see anybody else having any incidents.
Yeah, I'm not counting on that though. This is the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series that we know and love. Golly, Barney waited to the last second to pull in there. Luckily, no pit wall for him to hit this time, and Mark Cochran steps on the gas with 3 laps of fuel left. We'll see how far he gets. Travis Jones on the inside of Dustin Reinsettle, they touch. Coming into turn 1, Travis tries to arc turn 1 a little tighter. Dustin Reinsettle does the crossover move, getting inside. He's at the bumpers. They go down the not straight, back straight. They've already caught Mark Cochran. 2009 was the first time the Craftsman Truck Series was here in real life, and Kyle Busch was the winner of that race.
Of course he
We're going to
was.
decide who wins tonight. Mark Cochran holds the lead. Travis Jones goes outside.
Here comes Robert Sanders on those fresher tires as well. Remember, he took tires on lap 15, so he's jumping down to the bottom, trying to get himself some real estate as they're fighting for the lead in front of him. Mark Cochran, Travis Jones still side by side. Robert Sanders gets clear of Dustin Reinsettle. Now he's going to have to figure out a way to get through these two. As long as they're side by side, it's a little bit risky to go for the move, but hey, nothing's better than 2 wide other than 3 wide, right? He's looking in middle. He might be able to drive it through the middle. Let's see. Not quite going to have the hole there. Mark Cochran kind of washes up in the middle of the corner, so it looks like Travis Jones is going to be in the lead, and we have another safety car. So we'll see what the timing and scoring says for all of them. Let's see. Colin Huffman and Chris Thaler are a bit off the back of the field.
Oh, yeah, Chris is pointing the wrong way. What happened? The grandfather of Midwest Motorsports?
That inside wall is a long ways away.
Oh, come on, hit play twice. The red and black truck, number 7.
Let's see what happens here.
There's Colin in the 52.
Let's see. Nobody's close to each other yet. Oh, okay. Chris gets into the wall. Oh, and then Colin kind of
was there.
Is running the outside, and he's there. Chris gets off of the wall, and as soon as he gets unstuck from the wall, Colin's right there. And yeah, nothing that Colin could have done there, to be honest.
No. Looked like Chris kind of jumped the cushion there and gets sucked into the wall and just pulls him in. And he has to put so much steering angle into it that there's nothing Colin could have done, like you said.
Yeah, we'll see it once again here. Yeah, so from his POV, I mean, it's so hard for him to be able to not hit the 7 truck there. Good job holding on to it here, though, and not hitting anything.
Yeah.
Really good job by him to keep it out of the racing surface and also keep it from hitting the wall. So, as my British friends would say, big ups, Colin Huffman.
Good on you, bro.
I don't know if I'm ever going to say that again.
Big
All
ups.
right. So let's see. What do we got for pit strategy?
Mark Cochran and Walker McNulty know the future because within 2 laps, we got a caution. I think you called that one, Walker.
Hey, I was just trying to help my man from down under. You know what I mean?
Nice job.
So let's see. What do we got here? So
Shuffle the deck.
we've got quite a few that stayed out. We've got 7 that stayed on the track. So Trevor McLaughlin, according to the timing screen, is your leader, with Brandon Cotton in second after being a lap down at the competition caution. Michael Samia third, Robert Olavison fourth, Sean Happick fifth, Andrew Miller sixth. Ron Schaummer just dipped into the pits. He was the last one of the people that stayed out. So so Trevor McLaughlin pit on 15 at the competition caution, and then Brandon Cotton back to Andrew Miller pit on lap 24 in the last caution. And then the first one that stopped in this caution was Jason Phillips, who did not take tires. Travis Jones and Mark Cochran took tires in this pit stop. Norm Snyder did not take tires. Dustin Reinstedt, John Asselin, Michael Harris Jr. took tires. Thomas Fuller, Colin Huffman took tires. And Robert Sanders is relegated all the way to 17th, even though he didn't take tires. I wonder if he missed his pit box or something. Because he definitely shouldn't have dropped that many positions. But
Missed his
who
butt.
knows? Maybe he sped and got an EOL. Who knows? It's really easy to speed in these things. We don't have a pit limiter button, so you stare at the dash and hope for the best. You don't want to see
Very
the pretty
interesting to
colors.
me.
You only want to see the green ones.
Yeah, that's right. Easy to go too fast and easy to go too slow as well. Jason Phillips is the one that's interesting to me. Not taking tires. He has the fastest lap of the race so far, but with full sets of tires, you're going to save it. He might drop back here, but he's at least on strategy with fuel. So if he can just stay in the lead group, then we get
So
a late caution. He's going to be
yeah.
drive through the field.
I mean, he's going to be, I think now the tires that he's on would have fallen off even more than that 1 second I was talking about. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in comparison to the guys who are still on their first set of tires that are in front of him. Everybody that stayed out, I believe, is still on their first set of tires, except for Sean Happick. He's one of the guys that took tires in the competition caution. So we'll see what happens here. We've got a bunch of different strategies going on, which means that we're going to have trucks that are all over the place in terms of pace, which means it should be entertaining for us, right? Right.
Absolutely. Are you not entertained? Look at Michael Samia, who stayed out this caution after being involved earlier. Now restarts in the second row.
Man, that is a late turn. Jeez.
Yeah. All right. We're back racing. Trevor McLaughlin controls the field. It takes off. Brandon Cotton in the green number 5. Robert Olavison in the 22 outside. And it's great to see a variety of leaders, people out front. See if they can keep them. Keep the lead.
I think Trevor should have enough pace to stay out there, or at least be in contention. As we see Michael Samia jump into the inside of Brandon Cotton there for second place, which is going to immediately put him to the inside of Trevor McLaughlin for first. So we'll see how this bottom line does for Michael Samia. We've got Trevor running up top, riding the cushion. And you can see Travis Jones back there, one of the guys that's on those new set of tires that just pit in this last pit stop. He is absolutely gunning for it. He's looking to the outside, 3 wide here on Trevor McLaughlin. Gonna get there, gonna be looking for it, and I guarantee you he's gonna be in the lead in 2 laps. I mean, he is just flying. They're 3 wide almost. Trevor backing out of that, but Travis Jones rolling the top line. He's barely alongside Brandon Cotton, but looks like he might be trying to jump down to the bottom. We'll see what he does. And speaking of flying in there's Dustin Reinstedt jumping into the screen. He's made his way up to 4th after taking tires in the last pit stop.
You can never count the 11 out. Rocking the Coreyheim 11 paint.
Fastest lap last time around was Dustin Reinstedel, 30.536. And he is looking to the inside of Travis Jones, who has gotten stuck right there behind Brandon Cotton. Brandon Cotton jumping to the high side. That's going to allow Dustin to get down onto the bottom, maybe take both of them here through 3 and 4. And he will. So Travis getting stuck up here behind Brandon Cotton. Unfortunate. That's just the way it is. Dustin doesn't quite get Brandon cleared, but he most likely will here through 1 and 2. And yes, he is. And now Travis gets his nose back out into some fresh air. He's going to be looking to the inside of Brandon Cotton. And Dustin Reinstedel, he is jumping down to the bottom, and he will be most likely alongside that 3 truck very, very soon. Travis Jones does get it clear on Brandon Cotton as they come across the line now.
Michael Samia leading. Travis Jones, Dustin Reinstedel trying to track him down. And Dustin make the move on Michael Samia. We'll find out coming. Down to the bottom line. New tires pay off. Michael Samia up here with good strategy. Did a great job leading a few laps. Crossing the line this time. Leader goes to Dustin Reinstedel in the 11 car. Michael Samia holding strong out there in the Dale Earnhardt number 3.
Oh, his hands are moving. He's loose.
They are driving.
He's still hanging on the outside here of Dustin Reinstedel on those old tires. So good on him to try to hold on to it as good as he can. But he's going to have to concede that position to Dustin. Dustin's going to take back over the lead here after leading the first 15 laps of the race. But Michael Samia is still all over the back of him. He's going to be trying to maybe keep these tires alive. And, you know, Dustin could have easily killed his tires trying to run up through the field like that. So now Michael getting a decent run on him there from running the outside. Not really going to be able to do anything with it. Now jumps to the bottom behind Dustin Reinstedel. And last time around, their lap times were more or less equal. We'll see what it is this time around. These top 3 are flying. Mark Cochran made his way up into 4th position. You can see him back there at the top of the screen. And Michael Harris Jr. jumping to the bottom of Brandon Cotton. So the guys on the fresh tires are coming through. Freight train, choo-choo, you better watch out. Here they come.
I'm surprised to see, well, I'm not surprised to see the driver, Michael Samia, but I'm surprised to see his tires still holding on out here. And Travis Jones now I think may have burned the goodie off of his tires riding behind Brandon Cotton. They're having a little difficulty getting around the 5-car truck, but made his way back to the lead group. Travis Jones going to be a contender before this race is over. We're not quite to the halfway point.
So just as something to remember that I actually forgot about, Michael Samia took tires in pit on lap 24 versus these guys on 31. So his tires aren't going to be too worn out. Nothing like what some of these other guys would be, as Travis Jones does make the move on the outside of Michael Samia. And it looks like Mark Cochran is now looking to the bottom of Michael Samia as well. He's going to try to take advantage. Driving it down in there on the bottom. The man from down under trying to take 3rd place away from the number 3. Coming across the line. He'll have it this time, but we'll see what it looks like coming out of turn 2. Still just barely side by side. Michael Samia holding strong. He's going to hold it around the outside there through 1 and 2.
Amazing again to me that Mark Cochran stayed out on the competition caution, and he's back on strategy with tires and fuel.
Yeah, that was a great strategy call to get himself some track position, and now he's up here racing at the front for a podium position with Michael Samia side by side still. Mark Cochran not quite able to make the clear. Now he does, so he clears himself, and now Michael Samia right on his rear bumper, going to push him down that back straightaway slash banana slash not straightaway. And the tire fall, I just want to point out that the tire fall off is already there. They're already 8/10 slower than they were at the start of the run. So Michael Samia a full second down on where he was at the start of the run. So tire fall off is already getting very apparent, only 17 laps into the run. I'm sure some of these guys that are on the same set they were on at the beginning are really feeling the heat.
Robert Sanders trying to make some ground down low. Looks like he's getting passed now by Colin Uffman. Turns down onto him. Robert Sanders goes through the grass. We're still green. Keep it together. Nice save by Robert Sanders. Just a little touch. Robert Sanders couldn't quite hold the bottom line. Runs up into Colin Huffman. The way I saw that, I could be wrong, but Colin Huffman again riding on the outside, minding his business in the train, and Robert Sanders touches, goes in the grass and saves it. We stay green.
All right, Trevor McLaughlin just made his pit stop under green here. I'm assuming this is a scheduled stop. Remember, he last pit on lap 15 under the competition caution, so we'll see how he turns out. He's definitely going to be taking 4 tires and some fuel. So we'll see if he goes a lap down. He most likely will, as the leaders are coming around now. Michael Samia also coming into pit, so the green flag pit stop cycle is coming around. Some guys stopping right on the money of where it seems like they can go on fuel. And let's see, I don't see Trevor McLaughlin ahead of these guys, so yeah, he must be coming out of the pits now. It looks like he is. So yeah, there he is. So a lap and a half down on Dustin Reinstettel, your leader. So we'll see what he can do with these nice, fresh, pretty boots. Michael Samia also taking some fresh boots in the pit stop.
I think they're going to need some help. The cautions there it seems like they're a little off strategy from the guys that are leading now, but you never know. Lucky dogs and
well, if we stay green,
yeah,
if we stay green, they're going to be gaining time. Because the leaders, let's see, what's this lap from Dustin? 31.69. Nice. Whereas you're going to have Trevor McLaughlin and Michael Samia, they're going to be running, mid-30s on these fresh tires in clean air, nobody around them. They're going to be able to rip around and make 1 to 1.5 seconds per lap, which is going to be huge. So these guys are going to have to start thinking about it soon, especially Michael Samia, since he pit in from 4th position. So he's going to be making buckets of time every single lap that these guys stay out. But as we all know, it reverses back the other way as soon as these guys come in and take tires. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. The strategy game, as always, makes everything just that much more fun.
Going to be interesting. Take notes. Doing the best I can to take my notes and see where it plays out. Brandon Cotton in the 5. Trying to get around the 40 of Michael Harris.
Looked like Michael just got up in the fence a little bit there in turn 4, and that's going to allow Brandon Cotton to make the move, and Michael gets into the fence again in 1. It's really easy to do it multiple times in a row. Every time you touch it, your ego diminishes just that little bit more. And then the next few laps you run exactly as he is, away from the wall.
Right.
Don't get near it.
I'm not going to take that chance this time. I hear you.
So loses a few spots there, but he should be okay. We have a few more takers on the green flag pit stops. Robert Olavison, Colton Dowler, both in the pit lane. Taking some fresh boots.
Jason Phillips back here with Ron Schamer.
Oh, good save there by Norm, I think. Yeah, that was Norm. He was completely sideways coming out of 2. Good job by him to hold on to that thing. That was Pretty dang close. He had her. He was drifting that thing all the way through the corner. Look at this. He's sideways, sideways, still sideways. Keep the foot in it.
That's right.
That's close to the no-no zone. So especially going this fast around the track. Got quite a few more takers in the pit lane. Sean Happick, Andrew Miller, Colin Huffman, Brandon Cotton, Craig Nagy, all in the pits. So a couple of your leaders in Brandon Cotton and Sean Happick both coming in, taking some tires, filling them things up with some fuel. So we'll see where they cycle out at in comparison to Michael Samia. Looks like he's going to be quite a bit ahead of Brandon Cotton on pit exit. Jason Phillips also in the pit lane in that in the Popo truck. And Trevor McLaughlin is now coming up on a few of the guys coming out of the pits. If we remember, he stayed out and was on old tires for a while. So even though he led the restart, he did fall back a bit and lose a bit of track position in that. But he's going to have fresh boots for every stop from here on out. So Jason Phillips, he's out of the pits now. There he is on the inside. So it looks like Trevor's going to get by him as well as quite a few others. Jason maybe had some unfortunate happenings in the pits because he's lost a lot of time. Hopefully the Popo didn't get a speeding penalty. The Travis Jones, Michael Harris Jr., Norm Snyder all coming into the pits as well. Still got 6 trucks out there that haven't pit yet. The leader of all the pitters is Michael Samia. He is 3 seconds ahead of Brandon Cotton.
Your leader comes in, Dustin Reinstedel. Mark Cochran stays out again.
Surprise, surprise. We'll see how long that Mark Cochran can pull his fuel here. Robert Sanders also staying out. He's 9 seconds back. Ron Schamer as well staying out. So only 3 trucks still left out on the track. As now Mark Cochran comes into the pits, and I'm assuming that Robert and Ron will both follow.
That's going to put Samia back up front then, huh?
Yes, but you remember how I just said that the gap was 3 seconds to Travis? And now it's 1.2.
1.2.
So Travis is coming with a full head of steam on 9-lap fresher tires. So let's see where Dustin Reinstedel comes out here. There he is up in front of them. So Michael Samia, will he be able to get by with a full head of steam? He's going to look to the inside. And it looks like they're going to be side by side up there. They are. So if Michael wants to be able to lead this thing, he's going to have to get it done now because his tires are 10 laps older than Dustin Reinstedel's. So Dustin's going to be able to come out of here and drive the wheels off of that thing. And yeah, you can just see the tires right there. As soon as he gets up to speed, just drives right on by. So Michael Samia is going to be feeling the pain of that 10-lap undercut for the next, I'd say, 10 to 15 laps before they start equaling back out again.
About the time Samia and Trevor have to come back in?
Yeah, something like that. We'll see. Let's see. Travis now coming to the outside of Michael Samia on those 9-lap fresher boots. He's going to be able to get the move done, so he jumps around the outside. Is it just me, or did the clouds just move? Get brighter? Or am I going?
It did. I know it's been cold all day and overcast.
I thought it was schizophrenia was going crazy there.
Hard to tell from that view. Scenic might tell us. All good.
Let's see. So after the pit stops, did anyone really move around too much? I don't think anybody really got shaken up very much in the pit stops. Jason Phillips down in 9th. Remember, he was the outside pole, I believe. Started up in 2nd. Mark Cochran there on the screen now. driving up to the back of Sean Happick. He's got 5 lap fresher tires than Sean. So this should be a pretty easy move for him once he gets there. Mark Cochran has the freshest tires of everybody on the racetrack. He's looking to the bottom. Sean said, "You're not having the bottom. I'm taking the bottom." So Mark's going to have to get a little bit more creative than that. Diving down onto the apron, trying to get as much real estate as possible. Going to bide his time and be patient. Good on him.
You can see that when you followed Sean Appick in there, he got his nose in the dirty air and just pushed right up out of the way. Now Mark does the crossover, and he's going to complete the pass and slide up. Good on you, Mark.
Now he's got 4.5 seconds to try to find to get up to Michael Samia, who's now dropped 4th. Brandon Cotton took 3rd away from him. So he was, let's see, Mark was 0.6 faster than Michael that last lap. We'll see what it is this time around. So he might be able to get there. We'll see. Obviously, everything's put on its head if we have one caution. Hopefully we don't, but I said it, so it's probably going to happen.
Walker. All good. Helen Huffman and Thomas Fuller working here. Just in front, Trevor McLaughlin and Andrew Miller.
And I love that that purple and black on that 87. That's clean. I'm very biased in favorite color purple, so purple on any race car is a good race car. Mountain Dew Pitch Black. The best flavor of Mountain Dew. This man, he's my new favorite in Midwest, and he gets it done on my old favorite, Trevor. Sorry, Trevor. My teammate, everybody knows, drinking a Ghost. But Trevor's going to be falling back on those older tires.
This is inside the top 10. 9th through 12th here. Up for grabs. Combination, mixture of tires. Lap 49 for Trevor McLaughlin. The pink car is why he's going backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he pit early. He's going to be coming in here soon too.
Around 75-ish.
Yeah, somewhere 75 to 80, I would say. Hopefully for his sake, he can stretch it out to at least 78, 79, something like that. But realistically, I think you're going to want to go longer than that to be able to make it to the end on one stop. I think the guys like Mark Cochran, Dustin Reinstedel, that stayed out as long as possible, they're going to be in a good spot here, fuel mileage wise, I would say. Now Trevor keeps going backwards on those older tires.
Helen Huffman gets around. Back to Sean Happick. Closer to the front. He's 6th.
Out there having a lonely drive on a Friday night. 1 second ahead, 1 second behind.
Yep. 2 and 3 seconds separate our first 4 cars.
Well, Mark Cochran has dug into that gap to Michael Samia. It was 4.5 seconds about 10, 15 laps ago. Now it's only half a second in closing. So Mark Cochran looking like he's going to be able to pounce on that 3 truck before he gets into the pits. And, I mean, the gap in lap time is immense. Last time around, 7/10. And you can just see it. You can see how much faster Mark is than Michael Samia here. And he's going to be looking to his inside going into 1. Likely going to get it done as well. They're side by side to the door, bumper clear. And you wondered why the podcast out there, not sponsored, is called Door Bumper Clear. That's exactly why.
was quick. Mark Cochran move him up a spot.
I'm sure
Not
Sean
timing out.
Havoc probably going to get there too. He's pacing half a second a lap faster than Michael as well. So
I think Michael and Trevor just kind of biding their time, running their own race. They're about 2 laps apart on pit stops. They're trying to make it to the last stop. They're going to need, say, another eight or so, right?
something like that. They definitely need to make it into the 80s, I would say, to feel safe.
Even then,
Yeah, even then, I mean, if you stop on lap 80 or 81, it's a little bit scary. Because then you got to go 33 laps on fuel if you stop on lap 80. I don't know if you can do that. Even Joey Logano can't do that. We all know he's the best at saving fuel. Maybe I should pull up the Twitch tab whenever I say stuff like that.
right? Mark it and send it on to Joey. Maybe took some lessons from Joey. Who knows? Maybe they know something we don't know. But they're rolling the dice. Sometimes that's what you have to do to beat the consistent competitors for the lead. Dustin Reinstedel, Travis Jones, definitely going to be battling out for this championship this season.
Oh yeah, definitely. It should be a really good fight between these guys. Robert Sanders is still up in there as well. Trevor McLaughlin came in last time around, Michael Samia this time around, so they didn't even make it to 80. I'm a little worried about their fuel mileage here. They're gonna have to do a splash. So we'll see how far Dustin, Mark, Travis, Michael, Harris Jr., Robert Sanders, Thomas Fuller, those guys all pit on lap 59 to 61. We'll see when they come in because they were the last ones to come in. You can see Trevor there on the apron, merging back onto the track. He's going to go a lap down to Travis here. And Dustin another 4 seconds ahead of Travis. So he's a lap down by about 4.5 seconds, I would say, once he gets up to speed. But he's on fresh boots, and he's going to be flying right by that 96 truck here pretty quickly, I would say. Pedal to the metal. Get that Bubblicious truck going, and yeah, here he goes.
Can the 96 benefit from it, Trevor, at all? These extra tires, maybe get some slipstream help?
Doesn't look like Trevor's wanting to give him anything. He stayed on the bottom all the way around. So.
He's on to him. Yep. Good call. I don't blame him.
Yeah, don't want to help anybody else as much as you can. Let's see. Michael Samia is a lap down, but I have a sneaking suspicion that he is going to unlap himself fairly quickly from Dustin, I would say. Maybe.
Definitely makes it easier to have new tires. Maybe that's the reason they went off strategy, is to make passing a little bit easier. You saw how quickly Trevor was able to get around.
Yeah, but
place competitor, so it may not play out for him at the end, but it eliminates some of the anxiety or stress of having to try to pass him heads up. I don't know. I'm just thinking outside the box, and they're definitely way the opposite strategy from anybody else.
Yeah, and we know they're teammates, so they're most likely talking to each other, which actually I scroll down and see that Trevor's by himself. So interesting to see that somehow they're psychic with each other and on the same strategy, even though they're not talking to each other. It's funny how that works sometimes. But yeah, I mean, everybody else still staying out here on lap 83 now. We should be seeing guys coming in at lap 85 to 86. The first ones that started coming in after those two. We got a few that pit on lap 56, so they should be coming here pretty soon. And they're in a lot better of a window, right? Like, if you come in at lap on lap 85, 86, you can definitely make it to the end. And so there's two of them now coming in, Colin Huffman and Colton Dowler. Colton Old getting her sideways coming into the pits. He holds on to it, though. Few more in the pits. Brandon Cotton, one of the leaders, is now in the pits. Jason Phillips in the pits. Robert Olavison and Craig Nagy all in the pits. As Trevor has unlapped himself from Dustin, or at least the first lap of unlapping himself. As you go 2 down whenever you pit here.
Before 11's going to have to pit here shortly as well.
Absolutely. I think any time from now to the end, you can make it on fuel. So they can come anytime they want to, but we've already seen just how much that overcut really helps. I think the overcut here is definitely better than the undercut. Just from looking and seeing how big the gaps were able to be pulled. I mean, we saw Michael Samia came out side by side with Dustin, and by the end of it, he was dropping way back. So we'll see how it all cycles back out again. Brandon Cotton 5.5 seconds ahead of Michael Samia. So he was one of the guys in that top 3 fight. So we'll be looking to see where he comes out at. Travis Jones in the pits from second. It's going to promote Mark Cochran up to second place. Let's see if anybody takes right sides only as well. Dustin Reinstettel in the pits. Did anybody take rights? Ooh, Michael Samia only took 2. Only took 2 tires. So, or maybe it was just a splash and he's going to pit again for another splash. Who knows? I'd say it's 2 tires though, 9 seconds. We'll see if anybody else takes 2. Seems like everybody's taking 4. John Asselin takes 4. Norm takes 4.
Here's your current leader, Mark Cochran. Your next taker for tires as he goes really fast, trying to get on the binders for the pit lane speed. Like he got it just in time.
Got a few more out there circulating.
Dustin Reinstettel, I think he's going to cycle out to be your leader again.
Yeah, that dang Dustin guy ruining all the fun.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Smooth, consistent, gets the right strategy.
Like he's around 3-4 seconds ahead of Travis Jones, who will cycle out in second. Robert Sanders has now hit the pits, so we're going to be cycling back out to where we were before, it looks like. Jason Phillips has made his way up to 6th. Trevor McLaughlin will be in 7th. So pit strategy definitely working out better for some than others, I would say. Jason getting by Michael Samia there. So that'll promote him up to 5th once Robert comes out of the pits. See, Robert did take all 4 tires, so we should see him here on the apron as we come around 1 and 2. There he is. And Michael Samia, 32.5 last time around. Those 2 tires don't seem to be working out too good for him. Unfortunate. See Robert Sanders and Trevor McLaughlin back there side by side. Trevor getting the move done on Robert. At least Robert just came out of the pits, so he's going to have a little bit fresher tires. I believe Robert should get back ahead of him, and he has. Mark Cochran, by the way, did jump Brandon Cotton in the pit cycle, so he's moved himself up into a podium position. You can see him right there at the bottom of the screen. So we'll probably have a fight between these two for the final podium spot, even though
5 laps fresher for Mark, so I think Mark might be pulling away.
Yeah, we'll see. Right now, they're pretty equal on lap time. Michael Samia pits again. Man, that's unfortunate for Michael. So he's going to be dropping all the way back to the rear. See if Trevor tries to stretch it on fuel. I don't know if he can, though. So that puts Robert Sanders up into 6th. Trevor McLaughlin currently in 7th.
Everybody's spaced out. We're watching the best we can. Looks like Sean Happick and Trevor side by side here.
John should be getting it done here. Yeah, there he goes. 7/10 faster than Trevor on the last lap, and yeah, Trevor's coming into the pits to take his splash. So unfortunate that the strategy didn't work out for them.
Right, but you never know. One caution, we could have been talking about a hero at the same time. So you never know. Can't beat them straight up after trying. You better pull a little strategy. It hasn't worked, but it all comes to play out perfect for Dustin Rystedel. Once again, I mean, these kinds of things really are not accidents. I mean, there's a reason the same guys win at the World Series of Poker every year. It's not always a game of chance.
Oh! There's a safety car.
We're yellow.
Mark Cochran and Brandon Cotton got together racing for 3rd.
Do not take the hats to victory lane.
Oh, man. What happened here? Oh, Michael Samia is well involved.
Samia was just coming out of the pits, right? Nope.
3 wide up there ahead. With Norm up there on the top. See what happens here.
So Brandon Cotton, well, now he's in 3rd. 1 second. There's Samia. I still don't see Mark Cochran on my schedule. 1 second.
See, Mark Cochran is P8 right now, according to the timing screen.
Yeah, it's not coming up on my camera. There we go. Okay, now let's try it.
So let's see what happened here. So through 1 and 2, something happened. Looked like they might have been 3 wide in 1 and 2. Let's see. So, well, right now, Michael Samia just loses it in the middle of the corner, right in front of these two, and nothing they can do. So, man, that sucks.
It's unfortunate. I mean, Michael Samia, loses it on its own. Trying to make up some ground.
Yeah, just loses it in the middle of the corner. Probably upset about his strategy not working out. So seeing a little bit of red and just loses it. Mark Cochran nowhere to go. Brandon Cotton nowhere to go. And Norm, does Norm get a piece of this or does he somehow miss it? Oh my God, he missed everything.
He made it.
Go Norm.
Yeah, she got loose off that corner.
Yeah, she definitely got loose off of that corner. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we now have a new race. Because everything is shaken up. We've got some takers for tires. Let's see. Brandon Cotton just came in and took tires. Jason Phillips came in and took tires. They're in 8th and 9th right now. I mean, everybody's on between 7 and 10 lap old tires. Or, sorry, 10 to 15 lap old tires. That is staying out. So that is going to be a decent delta. So Brandon Cotton, Jason Phillips on those fresh boots. So they did save earlier in this race. We'll see if they can make their way through. Man, that's unfortunate for Trevor and Trevor about that because Trevor just came to pit and then the caution came out.
So. I feel bad for Mark and Brandon. They were up there.
Yeah.
2nd and 3rd, 4th, minding their own business.
Yeah, that sucks for all of those guys.
Oh, man.
I thought maybe
Overdue.
Brandon was going to be
Cotton.
able to hold it there, but
Oh,
he had to come in and take his fast repair anyways, so. Well, that was a shakeup.
Can't buy any luck. I feel terrible for Mark once again.
Yeah.
On the trailer, on the hook.
You know, usually that's Ian Silva's job. I hope you're watching this, Ian. Sorry we're missing you this week. Pointed up at my roof for some reason. I guess technically if I point in any direction, I might be pointing towards Australia. I mean, who knows? Maybe I gotta point at the ground since they're on the other side of the globe.
Ooh, all good. Dustin Reinstedt's going to have to earn this one 15 laps. Even tires for the top 3, only 2 laps apart. John Happick, another 2 laps.
Yeah, so Robert Sanders has the freshest tires of the top 6, coming in on lap 89. And then we've got Brandon Cotton and Jason Phillips back there, P8 and P9. Only 10 trucks on the lead lap right now. So there's 10 guys that want to put their name on the trophy. Let's see who can do it. We've got a 15-lap shootout. Well, going to be 14-lap shootout here for the trophy, and I'm afraid that we might have another shootout because that's always how it goes, it seems. Cautions breed cautions. Hopefully they don't this time around, as Barney takes the absolutely atrocious dive off into the pits. We're going green.
Well, I still see Brandon Cotton and Mark Cochran on the lead lap, so let's not count them out yet. But Dustin Reinstedt'll be in the control car, gets a great jump. Travis Jones, Robert Sanders side by side. Travis Jones on the outside. Robert Sanders, 2 laps fresher than Dustin, 3 laps fresher than Travis. Slides up in front.
Let's look and see what he can do. Jumping back, we've got a few guys here. 3 wide. 2 guys on fresh tires going around Mark Cochran there. Jason Phillips and Brandon Cotton trying to make some time. They might be taking it 3 wide to this 87 truck as well, seeing how it goes through 1. Looks like the 87 jumps down to the bottom, so it's going to be Brandon Cotton going around the outside. He's going to take the position away from Jason Phillips and the position away from that 87 truck of Thomas Fuller. These 2 guys are going to be on an absolute mission. Let's see how long these new tires take them, or how far they take them, excuse me. Because they're going to have some advantage here.
It may take a few laps. A lot can happen in 13 laps or 12 laps to go. Brandon Cotton split in the middle, right down the middle.
Driving with his heart on his sleeve.
That's right. He's got something to prove tonight. And he's proven it. He runs great on Sunday nights as well in the Cup Series. So we know he can drive. He's wheeling this truck. He's a wheel man. Brandon Cotton.
He set the fastest lap of the race. Not this last lap around, but the lap before that. 30.345.
Oh,
he is moving. Speaking of moving, Robert Sanders on the outside of Dustin Reinstedtl here for the lead. Side by side coming around 3 and 4. And they're still going to be side by side coming across the stripe. There's that green 5 truck on those fresh boots. Travis Jones right behind these 2. He has really nowhere to go. He's just in the perfect place to watch. Robert Sanders is going to power it around the outside of Dustin Reinstedtl and take the lead. And Dustin now has Travis on his outside. He's going to be losing 2nd place. And then Brandon Cotton there as well. He might be able to power around the outside and take 3rd away. Dustin, he's loose. He's sliding around. He's trying to drive that thing hard. Here comes Jason Phillips on him as well. He's going to take over that 4th position.
New tires. Fresh beat.
Fresh tires ripping the lip up there in that 88. The Popo machine going to have a great run down the back. Most likely going to be able to get Dustin here pretty soon. Jumping down to the bottom. Up ahead of them, Brandon Cotton in that green number 5. He's jumping down on the inside of Travis Jones. Takes away that 2nd position. And he is now honing in on that number 6 truck out in front. 8 laps to go. And who knows who's going to win this race. We've got guys on new tires, guys on old tires. Trucks all over the place. Brandon Cotton making time. He's on a mission, only 2/10 back from Robert Sanders. He's going to be there. He is going to be there next lap. He is there. He's there. He's right on his rear bumper, driving it all the way down to the yellow line. Robert Sanders is going to have to drive his heart out defensively if he's going to want to hold on to this thing. Takes away his line. Doesn't matter. Brandon's going to opt for the outside. See if he can get a good run here down the back straightaway. He does. He's going to jump to the bottom, make it go down the inside of the 6 truck. This is going to be for the lead. Through into 3. He's going to have him clear. Slide up in front of him out of 4. Let's see if Robert Sanders has enough momentum to make a crossover move. He doesn't, as Brandon jumps down to the bottom to protect it. And Brandon Cotton takes the lead away. 6 laps to go left in this thing. I don't think Robert Sanders is going to want to give it up, but this man right here in the Popo truck, he's coming too on those fresh tires as well. He's going to be trying to get up there and at least get second place away from Robert Sanders. And Brandon Cotton, great strategy move to hold on to a fresh set of tires, and it's paying off now. As he is now pulling away from that 6 truck. 5 to go left in this thing. Oh, man. Oh, man.
He was involved in the caution that gave him the opportunity to put on his set of tires that he saved after not taking tires at the competition caution or the first pit cycle. And it's paying off for Brandon Cotton getting caught up in somebody else's mess from second, sideways in the wall. Comes down to take tires and comes back to lead the race now. 4 to go. Brandon Cotton in the 5 truck. Your leader, Robert Sanders, great job. In second place, he's going to have a hard time fighting off Jason Phillips, who also came in at tires at lap 96. Can Jason catch Robert Sanders? Possibly, but I don't think Jason has enough to catch Brandon, as he's even on tires with Brandon Cotton.
Yeah, I think it'll definitely be a race for second here, though. Tires are starting to equalize.
That's what Brandon wants to hear. Brandon wants to hear the race is for second. Two to go.
Last time by, Jason Phillips 1/10 faster than Robert Sanders, only a quarter of a second back, trying to make something happen. Both of them driving it all the way to the outside wall. Jason Phillips gets a great exit, though. He's going to be looking to the inside, going into 3. Robert Sanders trying to hug the outside. They're side by side, going through 3 and 4. Old Popo truck trying to make the move stick, going down to the apron. 1 to go. We're fighting on the last lap. White flag is out. Jason Phillips going to be able to get it down the inside. Will he be able to slide up? No. Not going to be clear of that 6 truck. Robert Sanders going to be able to hold it around the outside and get a good run down the back straightaway. And he is well clear of Jason Phillips. He's going to have to really send it in here if he wants to get it. Oh, but Robert Sanders goes to the bottom, tries to take the line away. Looks like it's going to work out. This man, Brandon Cotton, with the strategy move of the century, takes the win in that number 5 truck. Robert Sanders holds on to second place. Jason Phillips comes home in 3rd. Man, what a race. What an ending. Oh my God. They were all over the place. This man right here, though, in that Robin Hood number 5, takes home his, I believe, first career win in the Midwest Motorsports series in general, correct?
Great question.
He's not even going to go do donuts.
No donuts, Brandon?
No donuts? Maybe he's doing them in the pits.
Marky, he's going straight to victory lane. He wants to get to the trophy girl and the cold beer. Walker,
blame
while I
him.
pull everybody up, I'll let you call out the results and get them up here.
All right.
Race overall. Go.
All right. So, after 113 laps and 4 cautions, right? 4 cautions. We have Brandon Cotton in that number 5 truck once again, taking the win, with Robert Sanders coming home in second, Jason Phillips in third. Dustin Reinsettle, after leading the whole thing, comes home in 4th position after that restart. Unfortunate for him, but for all the good luck, you have to have bad luck every once in a while. Still comes home 4th for a pretty good result. Travis Jones comes home in 5th position. Good result for him as well. Gets that top 5. Michael Harris Jr. comes home in 6th position. Thomas Fuller in 7th. Sean Happick 8th. John Asselin 9th. And Mark Cochran rounds out your top 10 and your trucks on the lead lap. Ron Schaumer, first one a lap down in 11th. Andrew Miller 12th. Colton Dowler in 13th. Robert Olavis in 14th. Norm Schneider 15th position. Trevor McLaughlin 16th. Last one lap down. Then we've got Chris Thaler, Michael Samia rounding out 17th and 18th. Craig Nagy 19th. Colin Huffman in 20th. And Justin Thaler on the truck 88 laps down.
Incredible race. Who knew that you could go from being in the wall, spinning around, looking the wrong way, to victory lane within 15 laps? And that's what we saw tonight from Brandon Cotton. Is the top 3 are in the booth now. And 1 second, and I'll unlock Jason Phillips in the Midwest Motorsports police car tonight. Luckily, didn't have to pull anybody over. Saved a set of tires there at the very last pit stop, which came in handy. And Jason Phillips, 1 second. There we go. Jason, it's James and Walker in the booth. You got us?
Yes, sir. How you guys doing?
Hey, man, 3rd place. Not bad to be on the podium tonight. Great qualifying, great starting spot. Tell us how your race played out.
Man, again, another new track for me. I just bought this track earlier today and did a little bit of practice and trying to learn the whole strategy part. I saved a set of tires. About midway through the race, I thought I should have changed them a little early, but I guess I was glad I saved them. I'm still learning. This is all new to me.
Go ahead, Walker.
Yeah, good job on the strategy there, making sure you saved a set. At the beginning, we were kind of wondering if it would work out or not. Somehow there's always a late race caution, and it just so happened to happen this time around. Couldn't quite get past Robert Sanders to take second, but still coming home in P3. Pretty good result, and for your first time running on Chicagoland ever, I'd say that's pretty good.
Hey, my goal was literally just the top 10 and not to wreck and kill myself. I mean, so I definitely exceeded my goal. I mean, this is it's a fun track, and it took me a little while to learn the corner entry, and I don't know, it's a fun track, but again, this is all new to me. I'm a road guy. I'm having fun though.
Looks awesome, Jason, man. Really fun to watch you learn the track as you go. It says a lot about you and your just creativity to be able to wing it and drive by the seat of your pants and follow them to the front, man. And great on strategy too. I wouldn't call it luck. Sometimes you make your own luck, but just to have the tires on the wall down there in the first place, that's not luck. So give yourself a little credit, man. Congrats on a great race tonight. We're happy for you.
Hey, thank you guys. Again, thank y'all for what y'all do and the platform you give us.
We love the police car, by the way, man. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good night. That's Jason Phillips, 3rd place finisher tonight. Congrats to him. Up next, Robert Sanders, the man that held him off. Boy, I know we were sweating up here in the booth. Robert, were you sweating when you saw Jason Phillips light
Yeah,
up?
Yeah, I think the police car probably worked against him there a little bit, had me sweating there every
Yeah.
time I looked up.
Good job. It's not a canine unit, so you're not gonna have any searches. We're not gonna.
You never know; they're never far behind.
The psychedelic truck brings it home P2 tonight, man. Congrats on a great run.
Yeah, we're lucky there. Got lucky. That late race caution, which, like you said, it always happens. Took my first set of tires on the stage break at the very beginning, hoping it would go clean. Then a couple of immediate cautions after that, because the front of the pack didn't take tires, and I was really making some room. It was looking good, and then a speeding in pit lane penalty, really set me back. But here we are.
Able to overcome a lot of adversity. Congrats. What you got for Robert?
Yeah, great run for you there, Robert. And you're the normal strategy guy that made it into the podium. I mean, you were still having a good run even without the late race caution, but coming home in second is definitely better than what you were originally going to get. So,
For sure.
tell us about your race. Tell us,
Oh, like I said, it was just some silly mistakes by me, but late race caution caught everybody up. That last caution we took, I waited the last second and was tried to save a little tire and make some time at the same time, and hoping a caution would come out. Never want to hope that. Sorry guys, but yeah, it worked out, and good race there at the end. So
It was fun to watch, man.
yeah, see, I didn't know they were on fresh set of tires. I was still on the caution lap we took around, yeah, somewhere, yeah, right around there, and I didn't know Cotton and them had fresh set of tires at the end because there was nothing I could do to catch him.
Well,
I was already having to pedal pretty good in the corners to try to
Yeah, like I say, you make your own luck. You did it tonight again, man. Just being in the right place and then wheeling it.
Yeah, we're just glad to finish. We need some solid finishes. Try to stay in the points competition with number 11 there. He's always solid to finish. A good fight at the end there. I know that last one little corner, 1 and 2 there, he drove in pretty hard, when I was running the top line. I know he lost a lot of speed there, and it sounded like he got a little bit cockeyed there after that. But good finish with everybody. Good win, number 5, and thanks for having me.
Thanks, Robert. Great racing tonight, man. We'll look for you next week.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot. And last but definitely not least, the top step of the podium tonight goes to Brandon Cotton in the number 5 truck. Amazing race, man. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Hang on, Brandon. I'll get you off the right mute. And man, to be spinning around looking the wrong direction with 15 to go, to bring it home, he won, man. Congrats. You were on a mission there those last 15 laps, Brandon.
I appreciate it very much. Just a little bit of luck. I got collected in the wreck, had a fast repair on reserve, and a fresh set of tires left over from some early conservation, and sometimes it pays off.
Definitely paid off. What you got, Walker?
Yeah, great job. I mean, you had speed all night. I think we would have still been talking to you even if that didn't happen, right? Like you and it would have either been you or Mark Cochran that we talked to, and then you guys get all tangled up there, and I couldn't remember if you had tires or not. You did, and you made the most of them. So congratulations, and how did you feel about this whole race? How was your race as a whole?
So I went into it on full conservation mode for the first 15 laps. I actually went a lap down, took the lucky dog, got back on the lead lap, and I didn't take my first set of tires till almost lap 50. And so from then on, I had an extra set there in reserve compared to everybody else. And I went back and I watched the race from 3 months ago, I believe, in season 7, and we had a green-white checkered finish. And Ty Williams was able to go from like 11th up to second to take the lead on the last lap, and he got wrecked. And I was thinking, in case there's a late caution, I'm going to save that last set just in case for an instance just like that.
Yeah, that seems to be the Ty way, but he's not here. So today it's the Brandon Cotton way, and it's your first win in Midwest Motorsports, right?
Second win overall,
Second.
first win in the Truck Series, and first win of the season.
Well, there you go. First win in the Truck Series for Brandon Cotton here. Congratulations to you. I'm sure you'll probably get more because you're always fast every week. So
I appreciate it. We're gonna try.
And
just
it's
got to
early in
make
the
sure you
season
get
too.
there and beat that
So
11 truck.
that's right. Well, he finished fourth tonight, so you definitely made up some ground on him. We got some racing going on. Not next week. Happy holidays to everybody, I believe. And then after that, we're going back to Charlotte for the patriotic race. So that's going to be a long one. You got any plans for Charlotte, or are you just going to enjoy the night tonight?
Enjoy the night tonight. Get on Charlotte. Get run a few laps tomorrow, and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Oh,
Be
that's
back
right.
Sunday for the Cup race.
Look for you Sunday. That's right. See if you can sweep the weekend this weekend. All right, man. Well, Eric Thaler swept the races last week. We'll see if he can do it again. We'll find out Sunday, Brandon. Great racing tonight, man. Great drive. I felt bad for you when you got caught up with the three and Mark Cochran, and you came back through like a mission, man. You earned it. Definitely a wheel man tonight. Congrats.
Thank you very much, James. Yeah, I appreciate everybody here to put this thing on.
We appreciate you, Brandon. Thanks, brother. That's Brandon Cotton, your winner. Walker, that was incredible, man. Last 15 lap shootout for the win. I feel bad for Dustin. He had worked out to a 4-second lead before that last caution, but that's what happens sometimes. That's why we run the race all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, the same thing happened a few weeks ago, if you remember, in the Cup Series to Eric Thaler, where Ty Williams was the beneficiary in the late race green white checkered with the with fresher tires. So you know these things happen, and if you don't have the fresh set of tires for it, then I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. Dustin, he dominated this thing, but every once in a while, it's just not meant to be.
Yep. He'll be back, I'm sure. We're not going to count him out. We'll look for everybody else. But again, congratulations, Brandon Cotton. Killer run. Glad it played out for him. Thanks for joining me tonight, Walker. Welcome back. We missed you last week. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. For Josh Watt running the broadcast, all the Midwest Motorsports admins that make this awesome league possible. We appreciate everybody. Once again, Walker McNulty, I'm James J., reminding you to stay in your lane.